We're joined live by our correspondent Ala Ibrahim, who's following this story for us over in Damascus. Ala, moving to the meeting of the Syrian opposition groups nearby over in Istanbul, Turkey. If the main opposition, the coalition, refuses to attend in Switzerland next week, how will this impact not just the result of the conference, but also the credibility of whatever does or does not come out of it? And is there still time for mediators, say in Moscow, meeting there with Awalem in Russia? Is there still time for the Russians to convince the Syrian National Coalition that this is the best thing for everybody?
I think the Americans have exerted their pressures on the coalition of opposition powers last week when they said that they, along with the United Kingdom, are considering to cut off their help and support to the coalition of opposition powers if the coalition refuses to go to Geneva too. We should always remember that the coalition, in addition to the SNC, the Syrian National Council, are bodies that were formed with the blessing of the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Qatar, Turkey and Saudi Arabia to represent the opposition, the Syrian opposition abroad. So as a result, the Americans have a lot of leverage over this coalition. Everyone here in Damascus whom we've spoken with this morning seem to be under the impression that Geneva 2 is going to take place and the opposition is going to attend. And it seems that the Russians have affirmed to the Syrian delegation, to Minister Raisi Moualem, who is in Moscow, that Geneva 2 is going to be held, and the Americans have told the Russians that they will convince the opposition to attend. So it seems at this point the opposition is going to attend. Regarding the credibility, I don't know, this is a very big question, and everyone is asking this question because the question now is, even if the opposition attends Geneva 2, and since the United Nations neglected to invite or neglected to make sure that the internal opposition will attend, something that Minister Lavrov mentioned earlier today in his press conference, that the Syrian internal opposition to the government, which is located inside Syria, were not properly invited to the event of Geneva 2 in Montreux. So as a result, how credible is this conference? How credible are the results of the conference? And even the Western-backed opposition, the coalition, if there is any decision taken in Montreux regarding the Syrian crisis, are they able to implement it? Can they enforce this decision upon the rebel factions? We all heard that many rebel factions would would not recognize even the coalition if it agrees to sit on the same table with the representatives of the government of President Assad. So the credibility is a very big question right now, and I think we, like all other developments in the Syrian crisis, we have to wait and see what happens on the field in the fighting.